All right, guys, you're back live with MVI. Today, we've been getting a ton of requests for adding front camera on your 19 through 21 trucks. So Chevy Silverado, GMC Sierra. This will also be good for your Colorado and Canyon trucks. Adding a front camera, also a wireless camera with our camera module. This will be a complete install, so it will take a little bit of time. And I'm going to start by unboxing the camera itself. So if you get it on this bracket, like I said yesterday, we're going to start sending some stuff, drop shipping some stuff, and it may not come prepped as we usually do. So utilize this video. I'll have this edited and whatnot to do your prepping. But if it comes on this bracket, we're going to take it off this bracket, just a little Phillips screw right here, and then in the kit comes some sticky and the new bracket to attach it, which will fit right up under here. Now you're going to see, in order for this camera to fit, I'm going to have to notch out this post, which I'll show you here in a second. We'll clean it before we stick it, yada yada yada. But to get this off, Phillips screwdriver, you do want a fairly good sized bit, so let me grab that real quick. This can be tough coming off, so we're gonna go ahead and just screw this off. You will want to pay attention to top. So top up, just set this back. If you want to use this for your license plate, you can. It's kind of why it's included in there. But the bracket that goes back on, you're simply going to pay attention to which side the threads are. So you can kind of see right there where the screw is going to go in and thread into. And so simply just going to put it back together. Not that big a deal. You can get this upside down though, guys, so you want to pay attention to that. So get it somewhat snug. This thing is designed to swivel, so when you get it on there, you can kind of go up and down at the right angle. And then we're going to stick this guy right to the top of it. I am going to clean it first. So before I go through with all that, I want to point out two more things. Again, if this gets missed, just so you know. So this is going on the front. So you've got two sets of wires here. One's labeled parking lines. If you don't want your front camera to show any kind of lines for when you're pulling up to give you a gauge distance, I think they're annoying on a front camera, but if you want them, leave these apart. Otherwise, if you don't, we're going to put those together. Same with the mirror option. Otherwise, if you don't put these together, what you're looking at is going to be flipped. So what's on the right will be on the left, and vice versa. So to get the proper angle, these for front camera only also get put together. I'm going to tape these. You can solder them if you want. Then I'm going to tuck them back in here and heat shrink this. Can solder them if you want, guys, but once this is put back together and taped, they won't be going anywhere. There's one. It's his heat shrink right here. And that's how we would normally ship it out from here. So again, trying to set this up to where no steps get missed, but it is a new process. If it does, that's what needs to be done. So I'm going to come back to that in just a moment. So I'll keep rolling forward here and show you the actual install here in a second. So before I get too far, this top cowl panel right here does come off. So pry tool of some sort, you can even use a flat bladed screwdriver and get in here and pop these guys up. They just pop up and then pry out. So there's a few of them, so just get them all done. You want to put these somewhere where you're not going to lose them. Bigger HD's got more clips than normal. If I've gotten them all done correctly, this guy will not just pop up. Set it aside. I did go ahead, these just to give you kind of an idea, this pops off with pop clips as usual. There is two T15s or slightly smaller here that have to come off. Little bracket, the arm extender that comes out that allows you to release the hood has to come off before this will actually slide out, just FYI. Gives us room to get in here and work. And then basically I'm going to mount this camera right here, bring the harness up. I'm going to just follow and zip tie to the hood release cable and rock and roll. So, homemade, just a little, drawing a blank on what this is called. You can pick this up at Home Depot, whatever, like jigsaw blade, cut-off blade, hacksaw blade. I put a little piece of rubber hosing on the bottom of it so I can grip it. This is just plastic. It's going to allow me to go up here. This area cleaned off nice. I'm also going to heat it with the heat gun. Before I do that, we're going to stick this guy on here. Again, a little glass cleaner on a paper towel, shop rag. Key to this stuff, guys, is to heat it until this starts to bubble just a little bit. Gets it nice and gummy. Heat gets it nice and gummy and flimsy, so that'll allow us to put it on where it needs to go. We're going to do the same thing with this side. Kind of gauge ahead of time where you want it. So you can use the, this does have a small little arrow for center right on it. And you can use the crease of the bow tie. Get it pretty much right where you're going to want it. Then I'm going to go in with a screw afterwards. So just going to heat this surface up. Now, also in the kit, a little baggie here. These two bigger ones are if you want to use for your license plate. These two smaller ones are what we're going to be using. This you just won't use. I don't lose these little small guys, but they're Phillips as well. So, I'm a fan of the 90-degree pick, guys. Kind of see what I'm doing there. I'm going to come back and do that. I'm going to go ahead and just keep this video short. Come back and go ahead and start routing this guy. I'm just going to zip tie right to this hood release cable. Alright, a couple things I'm going to point out here real quick, and then I'll kill the video and come back and show you the outcome when we're done. But same as I showed you yesterday, you got to make sure this DIN cable is fully inserted in here and clicks into place. It's a tight connection. Make sure that goes all the way in. Tape it up nice and neat. You're going to want to make sure this stays out to where you can access it easily. If you need to diagnose or replace a portion of the camera, make sure this portion stays somewhere in the engine bay where you can access it and it's not hard to get to, just FYI. Then I'm going to route the rest of this. You can kind of see where I've got the camera mounted. Looks nice and factory there. To make things easier, I went ahead and loosened, there's 4 10s. Went ahead and loosened those, popped those out. And then the grill will pop out. It's just got little pop clips right here. So if you give it a good tug, that'll give you room to get in here and kind of work and bring your camera wire through. And all I'm doing is following this factory loom that's already here. You can see all my zip ties. And then I'm over this way, and then I'm dropping down to the floor, actually the ground, guys. This is where the camera separates and connects for power. You're gonna want this accessible in case you ever need to get to it. You don't want it stuck all the way down there, so I'm gonna end up tying this back nice and neat. And then instead of going through the firewall, guys, just come on in here. Pull your panels. These guys just pop off. Carpet up. This is where the e-brake comes through. You see the cable going through the floorboard right here. rubber grommet. You can cut a slit right there. I just use this to kind of help prop the carpet up while this dries. I resealed it with silicone. And then the cable, follow along. I've got it going up through here. You can't even really see it. I got it hid so well. But it's going right back here and straight across to the passenger floorboard, which is where we're going to make the connections. I'll come back and give you a little rundown on all this stuff as I get it put back together, but that is the install of the front camera.